I'd like to welcome everybody to our third installment of the collab. Yes, round of applause.
Come on.
Come a long way, I'm very grateful for this person next to me who's joined us today.
Thank you.
Very talented, very business oriented, I love your mindset, and I hope that we could dive deep into that today. So this is MEE CH. Introduce yourself.
Come on, Big Meesh in the
MEE CH,
building.
not the little one. Come
Toronto's
on.
finest.
Oh.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh.
Love this space too. So I feel like
You feel home, no?
Yeah.
Come on, everyone knows. Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
You walked right into the clouds,
Come on.
Yeah, so
So
place.
I follow the smell,
You know, it's a different aroma in here. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, I want you to introduce yourself, and because I know about, I've known you for a while. I personally know, and I know a lot of the great things that you've been doing, and how you've been really affecting the culture right now. So what has been, let's say, the main thing that you've been working on lately that has been a definition of who you are and what you want to bring to the table in the culture?
Yeah, honestly, I think for me, it was just getting back to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for a lot of the time, when you're a good person and you want to see people do well, you put so much energy into them and you see their potential and then you forget about yourself. So I feel like that's really what I'm focusing on. So it's knowing what I really love, knowing what I don't really like, and just kind of getting back to me, whether that's self-care, whether that's just focusing, honing in on my creative space and music. Because I feel like when you have a 9 to 5 or you're trying to fund your passion, you forget about your passion in that sense. So it's that balance. And I feel like it all started with music. That's the first thing I remember is loving music as a kid, church, singing with my dad, singing with my cousins can sing. So we're all musically inclined. And, it just reminds me of family and home and just your culture, I'm half African and I'm half Spanish. So when you come from two different cultures that don't really align and they have very different customs, you just you actually become more in tune with everything around you, and I feel like that's Toronto itself.
For sure.
It's a melting pot. It's another melting pot.
It is.
So you appreciate
sure.
everyone's culture. So yeah, I would say music, getting back to my music, whether that's I get 10 streams or a million streams, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to get my sound out, to show people who I am. Because it's we're writing a book.
For sure.
Putting sound behind it. Because
pages
all
of our
us are
lives.
gonna be, what is it, New York top seller or whatever. Get the publisher doing
Barnes
that
and Noble.
stuff. And that's what's beautiful about music, because now everyone can put out music. You don't have the record label or the people stopping you. It's no, it's one click of a button. No one can tell you how come you didn't put out your music? You're the website wasn't allowing me. It's not a thing anymore. So that's you know what? That's what pushed me to do music, because I stopped. I think probably 2020 is when I was you know what? I'm going to take music seriously, because we know each other from cannabis, working at cafe and just being in that industry is different, because it has nothing to do with not necessarily who you know or how long you've been working. It's more you have to have book smarts and street smarts.
Most definitely.
Because you're just dealing with so many different types of people, but it's also still retail. It's not a creative space. We turned it into that with events and different stuff, and we'll get into that. But yeah, it was just I had that turning point in my career, where I was I just I want to get back to me instead of this cannabis thing,
So what was that moment for you that said, okay, I wanted to pursue music? When did that click for you? It was yeah, this is what I want to start doing and pouring my energy into.
I think it was actually funny. I was on my computer and I had recorded some stuff on GarageBand, literally just on whatever. And I was yo, let me bring this back up. So I remember I called it recover. I recovered the music and I brought it back to the producer, and he doesn't even make beats anymore. It was T16. It was Judah.
Okay.
And he was yo, so you're ready? And it was 2 years I've been in the studio and I just never recorded. I would just be there with my friends, with my other guy friends recording, my ex and stuff. And I could sing, but they never asked me to come in the booth. I went once or twice. So I went on my own. I booked my own session, and then I came out with my first track. It was called Feel Me. And it was on Judah's beat, and he doesn't even make beats anymore. So
that's
it was
amazing.
like,
That's
I was like, yo, let me try this out. And then I released my first song, and it took me like a year. So I released it in 2021.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I know you touched on it early, but I just want to know what you touched on it already. But what was your, like? Take me through your first memory of music. Like, what just made you say, "Nah, this is what I gotta do"?
I think it goes back to just like watching like BET and like MTV and seeing these stars, these people who just like let their sound out. Cause I feel like it was such like an authentic time to like be yourself. Like, oh, you're unique. Like you're different. Like, wow, you have a sound. And like just watching those people. I remember watching the movie Selena. So like that. And it's funny because I stopped listening to her music for years. Like even now, I remember I played it recently. My dad was like, don't play that. Like, you don't want to play that. And like, cause it's a sad story, you know? And like, for me, actually, it's funny. I said this before. It was like, my first memory of recording myself was like on our old like phone, like, you know, like that landline phone and like the voicemail.
Facts.
I would play the voicemail and like record myself and play it back. And I remember my sister walked in the room. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, like I want to hear myself.
Yeah, that's a sick one.
Yeah.
But people don't even, Gen Z, they don't know about that one.
No,
they don't know for sure.
They don't know about that. By the radio and just like listening, because we didn't have the visuals. We had like, to use our imagination, right? Facts. It's so different now. So yeah, that's kind of like my first memory. But actually in grade 3, my music teacher discovered like me and my friends, and we had a girl group. It was called the Blue Girls.
Jeez. Cheetah Girls thing.
Right?
It's like a spin out. That was the time.
Before the Cheetah Girls.
That was that time.
Right? But yeah, he took us to a studio. Like I barely remember it, but like I remember like we had so much fun that we did a second track. We were only supposed to do one, and like it went on like this school CD, and like I'm trying to. I have to. It's Melody Village. I gotta go back.
Yeah, they gotta go dig in the archives.
Melody Village.
I gotta go back and see if they have it. So
that's
crazy. That's crazy. Yo, you've been in the studio then,
right?
You're 20 years in.
Well, you know, I took like a 10-year break in between, right? Like I just feel like school. Like I was pressured to like go to university, so I went to UTSC.
Okay.
I did a lot of like philanthropy work and like advocacy for other kids, like to get into post-secondary. But then this cannabis thing just took off. Like
took a different hold on you.
Like I just I think like
how'd you get started in cannabis? Like
well, I feel like my first interaction with it was like with people through school. Like I remember like my first blunt, like I don't think I got high. Like I was with like older kids and they were like passing around this like little like blunt. And I was like, okay, what's supposed to happen here? And then like around 16, we would all like start smoking together, and like 0.5, we have this joke like 0.5 would last you like the whole day or high. Like
when you're younger,
for 5 people,
you know how to make that shit stretch.
Fam, life is so funny. Life is you'll stretch, bro.
Fam. Yeah, like I think I was in university, and then my ex got a job at a cannabis store downtown, like Kensington Market, like the birthplace of cannabis, like where they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna open the stores, like who cares? And he's like, yo, come in, like work. So they're opening a new store at the bottom of a condo. So I remember I went for the interview in the condo at the bottom of the storefront. They're like, oh, like you're kind of like overqualified to work here. Like
for real? Really?
I was like, yeah, because I was in university at the time. They're like, we don't care. Sense. We just want anybody who's over 19, right? Doesn't have not doing like, you know, whatever. So yeah, I was just like, well, I want to work here. I feel like I can be myself. And we're like, okay, you got the job. I didn't know it was that easy. And then within 3 months, I'm like the manager. So I'm doing my thing. And then the raids and stuff were happening. But then we found a safe haven with a cafe for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's where we linked
that's
up.
Where we met.
Like, a lot of cool people worked at that space.
For sure.
We're all like kind of fearless, you know, like we didn't care about, you know, the raids or getting in trouble. We're like, yo, we're making money and we love what we're doing. So like, it's funny to see now that like people are doing it and a lot of people left the space. But through that, I met a lot of cool people and people who just are doing what we all want to do, which is
most
like
definitely
doing what you want. You know, not listening to the law and finding a way around it, like the loopholes. So yeah,
that was one thing that I learned a lot, especially at Cafe, was like there are laws out there that we could use in our favor. You know,
well, it was all about equal access, right? Like if you think about cannabis, it's medicine, right? Like artists use it, you know, for different reasons. We don't necessarily use it recreationally, but that's what is legalized right now. Like to still get it medicinally, you need a license and all that stuff. So for me, the biggest turning point was when I turned that career into that job into a career with Ink Entertainment. So Ink Entertainment owns like Rebel, Cabana, Aisha, and like over 30 restaurants in Toronto. So I don't know if you guys know Charles Caboot.
No.
Yeah, so if you Google him, he's like maybe most like 50 top influential people in Toronto.
Damn.
So he opened Government Nightclub.
Okay, damn,
so
Government.
Like, yeah, so like that story is like with the cheetah. He brought the cheetah out. So I was just applying for jobs online. I'm like, okay, I want to be a manager at a dispensary. I moved downtown. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Move with no money. I'm just gonna figure it out. Some online, whatever. I left cafe. And yeah, I got the call for this job, civilian. And they're like, oh, do you want to run civilian? Like, Ink Entertainment is opening it. I'm like, okay,
I remember civilian. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sure. And then some guy interviewed me online, and then the HR lady called me and she was like, I'm going to give you this name, but like, don't be afraid. Like, well, you're going to have to meet this person. And it was Charles Caboot. So I remember Googling him, and I remember seeing like $500 million net worth.
Yeah,
like,
damn.
wow,
That's actually crazy.
Like, yeah. So I went into Bisha Hotel and he was there, and I was like, yeah, like, I feel like I manifested this job. Like,
jeez.
I'll open you. I was like 10 minutes from the stores. So then I ended up opening 3 cannabis stores for them.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. So this is after cafe?
This is after cafe. So this is after around the time like I started doing music again.
Oh, okay. So when you just got back into it.
Yeah.
So I got a question real quick. You guys said you guys work together, right? So were you his boss? Were you his manager?
I would say security has their own boss, but I definitely...
Okay.
I would never tell Nice what to do because he knows what to do.
Yeah, I'm always on it.
So he's an exceptional worker, you're saying?
Of course.
My dog. You're a good youth, fam. You're a good youth.
We're a little intoxicated sometimes, so
I mean...
I wouldn't even blame him.
I mean...
The air, the environment.
Yeah,
what are you going to do? You're working in that? Like...
Yeah, Blurred Ossington.
Yeah, come on.
And this is before it was like legalized, no?
This is before it was legal.
Yeah,
so
you guys are running a Wow West over there.
I you guys remember the cement bricks? They put the cement bricks in front of the store.
You guys are the pioneer ball up kings and queens. You guys are the pioneers.
Some of this stuff might have to
I have to clip some of them, but you know, but it's definitely a good time.
It's revolutionary because it's, you know, like look where we are now.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, like I think after that I kind of realized that I needed to bring the people to the space, and we were blessed enough to have a huge space. So we did like music showcases. I had artists come out.
Yeah, I remember those.
We did fashion shows. We did comedy and smoke shows, paint and puff. Like, and then that culture kind of like came back because we had like Vapor Lounge and places you could smoke, and we don't have that anymore. Like, you go to the bar and get a drink. You can't like.
You can't go and say yo
and get let's go for a draw.
Box and stuff. So like it's nostalgic now. Like to think that we got that done, and like I appreciate you for like giving me my flowers.
No,
and, like,
for sure. Those were definitely, I call them the dark ages because it was like, call it the gray ages. How about that? Because it was like, you know what I'm saying? The gray market was the realest term that they could have for it, because it was like so much gray area and so much things to go around and loopholes, you know? But I feel like I learned a lot from that space. And I've been able to connect with a lot of people like yourself, you know?
Yeah, and a lot of people that we work with, like they're doing big things. Like they're in other industries, they're artists, they're business owners.
Yeah, for sure,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like use that to like kind of escape. So like a lot of us didn't really necessarily get affected by COVID in terms of like work.
Yeah.
We didn't have to get the COVID shot. We weren't affected going into work. Like, you know, so it's a different experience, like not having to be forced to do something. But at the same time, like a lot of us were like implicated. A lot of us still have charges. We're still dealing with fines and like, people don't talk about that stuff because like nobody wants to deal with it. But like it affected young Black people, young people of color. And so like to pull yourself out of that, like anyone I see that's doing great things, like I'm just so happy for them that they got out, you know?
You have to show it up because
you have to pay for it.
I could have it any other way, but you're still around.
Overnight, I have to pick people up from the courthouse the next day. Like,
yo, that's physical.
I remember those ones. Creatively, how do you feel like? My bad. Creatively, how do you feel like that time period affected like what you do in terms of art, like and all your other ventures? Like how, and musically, what did creatively that time period do for you?
Damn. Honestly, when you're saying that, like I just feel like don't give up your light. Like there's going to be a lot of people around you who like look like they have good intentions for you, and they're more concerned about themselves, but like you can't let that dim your light, you know?
Yeah.
So like that's kind of like what
felt that.
that environment taught me, because there was no safety net, there was no HR, there was no person who could really do something, right? Like there's no laws, there's no really, you're in a lawless land in a space that's not regulated yet. So that's like crazy. Yeah, I would say like don't give up. And like that's what brought me back to like my music, and like brought me back to just like knowing that I could turn this into a career, even though like when I left that space, I left cafe, like I didn't have any credentials. I didn't know anything about legal cannabis. I was like, I don't know these brands, I don't know any of this stuff. So I was like, I really have to like go back to square one. So I feel like, that drawing board idea, like it's okay to go back to the drawing board and start over.
Most definitely.
You're just going to keep growing. And like, we have that ability now, because like we could just pick up a book, pick up a YouTube channel, and learn how to do a whole other career path.
Yeah.
People take that for granted,
Yeah. There's an aura of resilience that comes with it.
Yeah, resilience. Resilience is a big one. Like no matter who tries to get you down, tells you no, tells you that you can't do that, like, okay, that's for you though. Like that's not my path, Yep.
So even in like the music space, when you talk about like resilience, you being like a female in the music space, you know how it is that like when you're around like the industry, so it's like give us like a little, you don't have to divulge too much, but give us like not a day in a life, but like that like open up the blinds a little bit. So show us, like open up the curtain, like how is it for you maneuvering, especially in the city, and even when you're not in the city, when you're going all over for music.
Yeah, honestly, we were talking about it before we started, and like just balance. Like when you work for yourself as an artist, like you have to put your schedule, you have to do your studio, your songwriting and all of that. So like, I feel like I do take a lot of breaks, because like I have other stuff that I'm working on. Like I own a cannabis brand that we just started, Dark Supply. So I'm trying to incorporate music into that as well. I also started working in film and acting.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like 2-3 years ago now.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, my friend owns a talent agency too, being co-talent. So
nice.
Kind of like incorporating that stuff, but like maneuvering as a female, I feel like being presentable always, like just being comfortable. Like I feel like a lot of the times, like females have a lot more restriction on what they can wear, what they can say, what they do, like makeup and everything. Like you have to look a certain way. But like for me, it's always just being presentable, being like comfortable with how I look, because that affects like my presence with people around me. So like just trying to like maneuver those spaces in the way that I'm secure in the connections I have. Like if I'm working with a guy alone in the studio, like, okay, does my people know I'm there? What time am I going? Do I have a ride? Like it's really sad, but I don't know.
You have to take the proper precautions.
Yeah, I don't know if you told them what happened at the studio.
No, I don't know what happened at the studio.
That's a whole other thing. But
I hear you.
There was like a shooting last year where a girl passed away, where we were in the car. So
it
was a shooting. Like people were shooting at the car, but like I don't really talk about it, because like at the end of the day, like we all put ourselves in a certain place at a certain time, and no one could have predicted that. But at the same time, it really changed my mind about like protection. Like I usually don't go to the studio alone now. I don't go at certain times, but like at the same time, this is crazy, because like at this time I don't really go to the studio. I like the late night sessions. So but pertaining to like traveling, what I did is last year I tried to like record in studios outside of Toronto. So I did New York. I recorded in New York.
Dope.
I recorded in LA. And then I recorded in Miami too. Really big studios.
You're stamping that passport right now. Where else you been?
Recording or just in general?
Whether it's for music or
I just came back from Paris actually this summer. My cousins live out there. I was there for Fête de la Musique.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard about that. It was like a huge
festival.
So there's a lot of DJs from Toronto who went out.
What's it called?
In Paris,
Fête de la Musique.
Fête de la Musique.
Okay.
Music festival, and it's like outdoor on the streets, like DJs everywhere. And then it was Fashion Week right after.
Oh, so. True. Okay.
Booming.
Yeah.
Were you there for Fashion Week? Did you stay for Fashion Week?
Yeah. I was there for my cousin's wedding, but we stayed for 3 weeks, so we were able to travel and like. Yeah, honestly, I'm blessed to like have. My mom's like, she's Ethiopian. So like she always would take me back home and like make us like, I remember like, you would know like the 2 luggages, you got 2 luggage. One is nothing in there is for you.
You have to take it back. You have to you're taking it there. It's not yours.
It's not yours. And then the way back is filled with spices.
Yeah.
Make sure your clothes are separate. You're going to smell like, Burberry.
Yeah. Shout out my Ethiopians, man. Injera. I had some injera last year.
I've
never had it still.
Okay, we're going for for
I
Ethiopian
can't lie.
food.
Alright, say no more.
It's best still. I'm still West, Team West. You know what I'm saying? Ghana's in the building. Where you guys at? Okay, we here.
East and West.
East and
link up.
West. You know how it goes. You know how it goes.
Okay.
One thing. Fam.
Yeah. Honestly, like that, I'm just grateful because like those experiences and like getting to go back home, like, you know, or even the barrel and stuff, like
Yeah.
you to like know how to be light, you know how to not go with nothing, like just go with what's in your bag. And like that's where our people come from.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't used to just having everything, like
Facts.
going
For
home
sure.
and stuff. When you were going, you didn't go back. So it's like,
Yeah, that's facts.
you know, so like I feel like all of that stuff and like all of my ancestors, all of my past people before me, my grandparents, great grandparents, like we are the survivors. Like I know I don't want to get deep.
No,
like,
go ahead.
I hear you.
Get deep.
Keep going.
but, like we're the ones who survive. Like
Mhm.
I'll tell you quickly. Like my dad, he traveled on foot from El Salvador
Really?
to Texas. I asked him recently. I was like, "How did you like get here?" He's like, "Oh, you know, well, like it's 3-4 hours by plane. Like for me, it took 4 months." And I was like,
holy, that's experience, you know.
"Yeah." So
Wow.
Yo.
all of our parents, like they're fleeing,
Wow.
like civil war and stuff. Like in Ethiopia, like my mom, she was fleeing civil war. So like I find it beautiful. Like
Mhm.
my parents like left their home to find a new place to live and found each other. And like here I am. So like
That's dope.
That's
So
amazing.
they met out here.
big
Yeah.
love.
They met out
they're in
here?
Toronto, yeah.
Wow. Toronto love story.
Toronto, that's a
Yeah,
real
my
Toronto. That's a
mom
real
loves
Toronto
Spanish
love
music,
story.
you know. So like,
The bachata and all that.
yeah, she's light skinned. She's Spanish. She's Dominican. You know.
Have you ever tried making Spanish music, or have you ever made Spanish music?
A little bit. Like I'm working on it. I had one song I released. It was an Afrobeat song, and I did a little bit
Yeah.
of Spanish.
Yeah, the
in
lingo.
there.
Yeah, the lingo.
you gotta send me the link
we
to
have
that
to
one. I
hear
want to
that
hear that one when it's
We have to
ready.
hear that one.
Like I kind of did like a Cali Uchas type of thing, where
Yeah,
she goes
yeah,
back
yeah,
and
yeah.
forth from the Spanish to
Yeah.
English.
Okay.
Because it's like a new cheat code. Because like we've already rhymed everything that rhymes in English, except for sure the accent. But now you have the Spanish and the thing you have new stuff to rhyme with. So, well, we'll get into that.
Yeah, for sure. I
Bad
definitely.
Bunny type of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to learn Spanish.
You ever been to a Spanish club, pal?
I have a couple times.
Yo.
Yeah,
This guy said he just went to one,
it's up
huh?
there.
Which
But-
one? Nouveau?
I bet
No.
Nouveau's near York, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that one. Never mind. Yeah, Nouveau. That's
I
the one
went to-
by York University on Steeles.
Yo, I went to one on college like 3 years ago. I don't know.
Rancho?
I probably. Yo,
What?
probably. Yo, fam.
Yo, they don't the quick feet.
Mm.
Yo,
dog.
don't stop dancing.
I had to just sit down. Still.
Yeah, the
Like, I didn't get up.
footwork is crazy.
I didn't get
still.
up.
It's
What's
NFL
it,
level
DR too?
footwork.
Yo, DR is lit too.
DR.
Mm.
DR is different. It's different.
A lot of Haitians there too now.
Yeah, cause we went to the club. I went to the club. It's called Infinity.
Oh, Infinity.
Yeah, you know my Infinity.
Yeah,
You know,
yes.
Infinity is a
No,
good club.
definitely like the sound level there is like definitely past. Like,
bro,
it's not legal. Like my
Fam.
eardrums. I was like,
Oh,
yo,
you're saying the speakers are up, they're
Fam.
loud.
definitely like at an illegal level. Like,
Fam.
You gotta walk around with
Ignorant,
earplugs.
Ignorant,
shit's
fam.
gonna break.
Fam, ignorant, fam. It's red, but you're just in there drunk
Like,
up, just
The levels are clipping. That's what you're telling
Fam,
me.
it's red, fam.
Oh,
It's
lame.
red. Yeah.
God bless for travel.
I know you touched on film.
Mm.
So like how has that been? Like how has that affected like creatively, like music wise, what you've been working on?
Well, I started background acting like 3 years ago. I just like asked a friend. She was like, "Oh, like there's this agency that you can like get signed up with." And then I started going on Facebook and finding casting calls because like a lot of people don't know a lot of agencies and production houses from the States. They film here because they get tax breaks, and it's like it's easier to like make it look like downtown
New York, yeah, like Suits.
Yes.
Suits did that.
Mhm.
A lot of shows you could kind of
Cross.
see it.
I was in Cross actually on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
like,
that's
in the first-
dope.
just a little cameo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started doing background acting. I remember my first commercial was Winners
Okay.
at Broadview
Jeez.
Hotel.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was like,
Jeez.
okay.
That's
And
tough.
then I'm imagine like there was like these two actors, and like I'm telling you, the girl that they had do it, like I don't know what happened, but she had to do like 50 takes. Like it was she had one line. The actor's like the director's like, "Oh, okay, try it this way." He's like, "Okay, try it with the British accent." I was like, "What is going on?"
So how long were you there for?
We were there for like literally like 10 hours
Uh,
and like 5 hours waiting. But like whatever, I got my little cameo. Like they're like, "Okay, you're perfect right here in the back." So I'm sitting right behind the camera.
Mhm.
And then the other guy was like a light skinned black guy. He ended up like stealing the show. Like he didn't even need direction. He was like, "Oh, I like you." So I remember we ended up making friends, and like he showed me like that the commercial played before the Super Bowl. I was
Jeez.
like,
that's
it was
tough.
like
That's-
3 years ago.
yeah.
Oh my God, and like I'm kind of blurry, but you can like see me in the back. I was like, what the hell? And,
You're a
like
star.
it's just like a, you know, like that was my first commercial, and then
That's
I did
dope.
like Tim Hortons, I did BMO, I did Best Buy, I did ESPN, Rogers. Like
Oh,
it just
yeah.
kept going and going and going. And, like this was during COVID, where like if you didn't have like you had to like go and get a PCR test and do all this stuff like to get on set and stuff. So a
Mhm.
lot of people weren't doing it. So I kind of just made my way in, and I was still working in cannabis,
Yeah.
but it was easy because it was like it's just one day of work.
Yeah.
You just go in when you need to, you get your money and you're out, right? And
That's dope.
commercials is a little different than TV and film, because if you're not an actor, you probably heard like, you know, like they get paid more. They're like,
They're unionized.
yeah,
and
they're
stuff.
unionized.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're bottom of the barrel. I'll never do
Yeah.
that. I did like 2 times TV and film.
Yeah.
You
it's
get
different,
you get
bro.
different food. You don't get to
Fam.
go to the food truck. You get to sign out last. I'm like, I don't like this.
Yo, the experiences I've heard, it's like sweatshop type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah. It
What?
was like 30 hours on set. You're gonna pay like $15. Like,
And if you're not-
Really?
if you're not mean, they don't care. Bro.
They don't
oh,
care.
no, you're out.
You're literally an extra.
My-
For commercials, and they treat everybody the same.
That's
I love
good.
it.
That's
Like,
tough.
That's good.
it's a little nicer, and like you have your own like set of people. Like you're not usually alone, and like there's actually commercial sets all downtown. Like
Really? Yeah, I've
so many
heard.
production houses too. So
yeah.
getting into that, I started to do like PAing and like just working on like the other side of like the set. So like
Mhm.
just not acting, but like being on the production side. And then I did 2 films where I have executive producer credits.
Jeez.
So one of them is called Sugar Dumpling. So I don't know if you guys
Yes,
heard
sugar
about that,
dumpling.
but Google that one. It's
Yeah.
a really good film.
So Oliver.
Oliver
Yeah.
Samuel. Yeah.
Oh, the yachty actor.
Yeah.
The comedian.
Yeah, comedian.
It's a little more serious in this one, but to sum it up, it's like it's a really cool story because it's about like an older gentleman like getting, I think it's Alzheimer's,
Okay.
and basically his daughter has to come and take care of him.
Mm.
And like she's getting the call from the nursing home, like, yo, like you have to come deal with this guy. Like, and then it cuts to the scene of him like not wanting to eat. He's like, I don't want this food. And she tries to bring him takeout of like Jamaican food. And he's like, I don't want this. And she's like talking to her mom. She's like, yo, like go back to like home, like cook with him. And like that's kind of the moral of the story.
Oh, that's
So we were
tough.
there for the set to actually build like the living room scene and the bedroom scene. So
Mm.
like
Okay.
like all the details going into it to make it like a real movie. And it was really cool to see it in film festivals and stuff. So
Oh,
I was
that's
actually in Jamaica when they filmed it at they did a premiere at Hope Gardens.
Mhm.
Mm.
So yeah, I was there, and like honestly I cried like at the ending because I saw like my name in the credits after like
Jeez.
the
That's
executive producer.
tough.
I was like, whoa.
Yo,
like,
that's your
it's
creation.
great.
Like, that's
Yeah, like,
crazy.
no, and, like,
Uh,
there's a shout out to the director and the whole team. Like it's a like independent film, a husband and wife,
mhm.
That's
but
tough.
independently filmed and like funded. So
Mhm.
you know, like to see them shine and come from Toronto and come from like Canada and like be going to different film festivals and winning with like a well-known like comedian,
Mhm.
actor. So yeah, like just to be a part of that, and like I don't need credit for it, you know, but it's good to know that like my value meant something,
For sure.
you know, and that's really what the credits are. It's like, okay, you did something,
Yeah.
right? So
How long was that process?
that
So-
was probably over like 2 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, and in between, I was working on another film called Rage. So
Okay.
it was with this collective, North Love Arts. So it was about a young Black man who goes after the police officers who killed his parents when he was a child. Yeah, it's very
that
deep.
Sounds
So we
deep.
we did the location scouting.
Uh-huh.
We did the casting. Carlos is the director, so you know we followed the script. We did the script mining and everything. So there's a lot of background stuff that goes into making that stuff happen. And like just working with like the government grants. Like we got a grant from Canadian Arts Council.
Okay, nice.
I actually just got a grant for a new film I'm working on. I don't know if I told you. It's called Project Claudia.
Oh, you did. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
a little
yes.
bit. Yeah, we were on the
Uh-huh.
phone. So it's about the raids that happened in 2016.
Jeez.
Yeah, so-
Yo.
Yeah, we're trying to like make it like cinematic. So it's about a young Jamaican boy his mom has fibromyalgia. So he starts working in the industry to like get a discount for his mom because
Mhm.
his dealer like got deported or something. And he like works at an illegal shop. Like he just walks in and gets the job on the spot. And
Mhm.
like the climax is like him getting the text like, yo, get out the store. Like there's a raid. So yeah, that's
Jeez.
filming next
Yo,
year
that's
though.
That is tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like this whole creative director thing kind of like took off because now that I'm like producing my own films, I don't need to like just necessarily think about sync licensing for like whatever Netflix, HBO, which I've
Mhm.
got approached for a little bit because they look for stuff like for people who can create music like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like I can also create music for my own films.
Yeah.
Do a
Yeah, for
soundtrack,
sure.
you know,
50
like-
Cent, you know?
like
Yeah.
even like Black Panther, like, you know,
Yeah.
with the SZA and Kendrick, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so
I can see you doing that. Yeah, we could definitely
work
get
together
something
now.
going.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And, like, cause like things about that, it's like, it's more like trailerized. Like you're taking a song and then you're taking parts of it to like fit for like a movie trailer, like the background. So you might only need like 4 or 5 seconds of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure, to capture that moment.
the only trouble I've had with that is like a lot of producers, or especially in like R&B and hip hop, they use a lot of loops and samples. And like, it's very, very hard to get cleared with that stuff.
Yo, someone was just telling me that.
Yeah.
That deal at the other stage.
Yes.
To record natural sound.
Sound.
That's what they look for, no? They look for like...
Yeah, because basically if they want to buy your song and they find out you have like copyright or all this stuff, then you're screwed. So it has to be all originally composed. Right?
Okay,
so like even with music theory, like I didn't study music theory, but like I try, like even YouTube, like I study the pentatonic scale and like different like ways of like trying to use my voice, because I felt like paying for an acting coach was, sorry, not acting, paying for a singing coach or even acting. Like I didn't necessarily need that, but like everyone needs to grow and train. And like, that's what music theory is. That's what acting classes is. Like we're lucky here. For me to get into that space, if you go into acting in the States, they want to see you went to Juilliard. Or,
you gotta go to the
your whole portfolio. I've seen actors come to set with the whole like pictures and all like resume. I'm like, oh shoot, like
serious.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Good for you. That's why you have the main role. And people need to do that more. Like, you deserve your flowers. You did what you need to do. That's why you have that. Not, oh, how come I don't have that too?
Put in pain. You have to put in pain. And like, people don't understand in life. You have to put in pain.
Like, me and you are not, I always say this to people, me and you are not size. Like, I'm not even Jamaican, but I'm like honorary, but me and you are not size. Like, I started saying that to people because it's like, yo, like, you weren't in the mud.
You didn't go through the trenches.
Anything you're doing,
from the dirt.
You got
to. I met his people in New York from the dirt, FTD. That's what it is. Like, and they fuck with me because like, might want to bleep that out, but you know, I fuck with them too, because in New York, they're real, like they're raw. And like, we think we have it bad out there. They're hustling. Like when I see the murals on the walls, it's like stars are made here. Like that shit touches my soul because like, yo, stars are made here.
Facts.
You know, the Players Ball thing was just the other day. There's so many TIFF, build women's music, build.
We're all here,
right here.
People are trying. That's what.
Guys, get like, are you not seeing the stars? Like Rolling Stone, billboards, all these people conglomerating, because here is like the new Hollywood.
It is.
You know, we have our own North. They call it the North Hollywood.
That's good. We need it though.
We need it.
We need it.
We need
the infrastructure. All creative spaces, music, film. We need that.
Yeah, and that's I think why we're all here, because like we all like have our specialty. We all have our niche, but like, shoot, we could do a little of this and a little of that. So like, what's wrong with that?
Like, I feel like there should be no way like people here can't make millions doing content. You know,
for sure.
Shout out my boy Marv TV over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be like. It shouldn't. We shouldn't have to work like another job. You know what I mean? Like in America, you make it somewhere, like you're good. Like, you know, like, you don't have to do what you're doing. Your life can change, but just, you know, being a content creator, musician, actor. You know,
doing what you love at the end of the day.
It's not valued here as much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not valued as much. But like, also, I feel like the access to be valued is like not the same. Like there are grants. There are stuff that you can get into, but it's not like, hey, you just sign up and whatever. They want you to have this and show your record label, show your budget and all of that. And all of us are not equipped to do that. We weren't given the like financial literacy to be able to. But you know what? Like I was even telling him this other organization I work with, Brothers Who Care.
Okay.
So they specialize in helping the Black community learn about financial literacy. So we just did the 3rd annual symposium last year in the financial district at KPMG, like a big law firm and or accounting firm. So yeah, we had people out, like people from TD, from different banks, like Black professionals come and speak and tell their story and like just even give you ways to like, you know, grow, whether it's like home buying, whether it's like changing your career path or getting into a new space. So like, I feel like once we connect all those dots, which is what we're doing right now, we'll be able to like open our resources. Cause like right now our resources are kind of dry in the sense like, we've given all we've got, but like now we need to exchange resources because like we can't stop the ecosystem.
No.
We have to continue it because
keep the motion
we're very
going.
close to a recession. We're very close to like a lot of people not doing what they're doing now, like, you know, and going back to that 9 to 5. Like every day I get that thought, like, shoot, let me just go get a 9 to 5. It'll be easier.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know? And you even touched on it earlier. Is that kind of why maybe you took a step from the music because you're so immersed into this new 9 to 5 that you had to do when you're at cafe?
Yes.
Like that's probably the main reason.
And civilian. Right? Yeah. Like, and I just felt like my life and like my passions were like being put aside for somebody else's passions, for somebody else's business. And that's what it is when you work at a business.
Yeah.
You're making money for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even when you're renting, you're paying somebody else's mortgage. And like, we don't think about that stuff. So I was like, you know what? Like, especially when it comes to like intellectual property, a lot of that stuff I was like not aware of, like, you know, people stealing your ideas and taking your ideas and not paying you and compensating you. So now it's like, when I started this, when I joined this company, Dark Supply, I said, you know what, like I want a percentage of the business. Like I know what I have and what I can do for the brand. And we've done a lot. We've partnered with Canadian Music Week last year with the only cannabis brand there. So like just doing stuff like that where I'm like, you know what, like I'm using my connections, but I'm also gaining something from it. I'm not waiting for something to happen. Like once I did something for someone, and that's what I did for so long in the industry. So yeah, like intellectual property, I always say like you have to value yourself and know that you bring value to the table. Don't try to go to places where you're trying to fit in. Don't go somewhere where you're not invited. Like, you know, be in a space where like you feel like you're supposed to be there. And like even when now I'm on stage, I'm behind the DJ booth, I'm not like, oh, should I be here? I don't ask for permission. I know I'm supposed to be there because I know the door person, I know the DJ, whoever it is, or even if I don't know that person, I've earned my, you know, my stars.
You're
like,
there for a reason.
And like I feel good. Like, yo, like I'm not even like I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be on Earth.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, facts.
For sure.
That's an excellent way to look at it. Because we all have value, you know? We just...
There's something I want to touch on. Like, for as long as I've known you, there's one thing that I admired. It was your ability to, like, really connect the dots. Like, if there's a problem, you're very solution-based, you know?
Yeah, I am.
You know? And I feel like in the industry, you need that. You need to be able to, one, network and be able to put yourself in those spaces, but actually show the value that you can bring, you know? So like, what is like just maybe the main lesson that you've taken from those experiences that have like shaped where you're at right now, this present moment?
Yeah. Honestly, I call it like visionary mindset. Like visionary mindset is like you believe things before you see it.
For sure.
A lot of people have to see it to believe it.
That's fake.
Like people call me before, they're like, yo, you're the blueprint. Like, and it's funny because like I have the same birthday as Jay-Z. So like 4th
December.
Yeah, 4. That's my angel number. But you know, he has that song, The Blueprint or whatever, the album or whatever. So yeah, like being a trailblazer, like I think what I've learned the most is like people are always going to tell you no, but it's not because it's a no. It's because in their mind it's a no.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said earlier, you have to really like think outside of the box, and like that's what I'm known for. So like a long time, like as an entrepreneur, I was like, oh, like I need a product to sell. Like, you know, when that drop shipping stuff came up and like the merch business, the Forex and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I need to do that. And I was like, oh, wait, you know what? Like, I feel like my gift and like my product is like my ideas.
I hear you.
You know, like I could sit and talk. Like people are like, I want to pick your brain.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm going to start charging $500 an hour.
Do your thing.
You don't
as
know.
You should. As you should.
Going to get out of that. So like, I feel like I just stick in that mindset of like, no one thinks like me, you know? And like, there's this quote in Spanish and it means like, your mind is the only limit. What is it? Tu mente es limite, something like that. But basically, like for me, I use that mindset to kind of just move forward in any space I'm in. So like, even if I'm doing accounting, even if I'm doing like, I don't know, like a business meeting, like there's art going into that, you know, whether it's a spreadsheet, whether it's like making things aesthetically pleasing. And now getting into social media and marketing, it's like, I don't want to rely on the social media space, but that's how we all connect.
Yes.
Right. So going back to connecting the dots, that's what I use social media for. It's not to present and show people like, oh, look what I'm doing. It's like, hey, this is what I have the time to share. And these are the people I want to connect with. And I want to share positivity. Like I get messages all the time like, yo, like your page is so positive. Like, thank you so much for sharing these messages. Like you inspire me. And like, I try not to like let that get to my head, but like, at the same time, it's like, it's a reminder to you that you are on the right path. And those little things, like we always ask for messages from God and then we never take them when they come up to us. That story, like, you know, that person what's that story? Like the person on the roof and like it's flooding and then every person comes by trying to help the person like, yo, get on the boat. Like I'm waiting for God. I'm waiting for God. And then you get to heaven. God's like, why didn't I sent like 10 people to save you? You didn't want to go. So like, that's the mindset I have with people like, yo,
that's real deep.
I'm on my ship. I'm on my, you know what I mean? Are you getting on? Cause like we have places to go, places to be. Like we can't be stuck in this, like this victim mindset, and it's so easy. Like I get in it too, and it's fine to take your space, but like shadow work. I've learned so much. Like it's projection. 99% of the time, projection. If people are telling you can't do something, they're talking to themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
It's their
They put
own
out for us, like
own insecurities that they're speaking out.
Think
right?
about it. Even I'm like, what is it? Pursuit of Happiness. He says that that's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a bad movie.
And it goes back to the movie. Yo, Will Smith. Every Will Smith movie is insane. Even that new Sinners one. Yo,
I didn't even watch it.
I haven't watched that one
either.
either.
Update your black card.
What do you mean?
Update your black card.
Stop this. You said to update your black card.
Watch Sinners in the Room?
Crickets.
Yo. Come on.
Oh,
that's funny. She said update your black card.
Oh, my black card. People are watching it twice. Like
Sinners?
It's great. Sinners.
That's the Michael B. Jordan one?
Yeah, so there's slavery in the movie. Like they show the cotton field and all them, you know? And like I know a lot of our people didn't come from that, but like it's still here, and like it was here, and this is where the people who came to be free. So we're mixed up. We're mixed in.
It kind of shaped the culture and the way people look at the culture too.
And it talks about music because it has to do with like the church and the pastor telling his son to stop playing music. Stop playing music. You're attracting things. Yeah. Because what does light attract?
Yeah, darkness for sure.
It's scary.
For
like,
sure.
So everybody.
Update the black card.
Update, right. That's the quote of the day. Update your black card.
Update your black card.
That's why I'm on X on Twitter.
Okay.
I see things 3 days before Instagram.
I lie. I haven't been on Twitter in a minute. I won't lie. Yeah.
Because it's first.
I can't lie. Twitter.
That was a crazy glitch though.
Yeah,
sorry, you know what it is? I talk so fast, and like my parents don't speak English, so like sometimes I say things backwards. You probably get this too, like because like in Spanish too, it's like you say things the opposite way.
Yeah.
Even in French. So
yeah.
Like, I'm like bare black sometimes, or like I say things backwards.
You say you're gonna bust out the Spanish just now by accident.
Feel free. We need lessons, you know?
Yeah? Okay. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Shoot.
Ça va bien.
That's French?
That's French.
That's why I said, yo.
That was a test. I'll see if you're paying attention.
Come on. This guy's doing 2 different languages.
What is etu?
Etu is French.
Etu is French, yeah.
And itu is Spanish.
Those 2 languages are pretty similar, huh?
Yeah, very. So if you know Spanish, if you know French, you can get it.
They both come from Latin.
Yeah, so it's the 3 languages. It's French, Italian, and Spanish are the 3 languages of love.
Yeah, speaking of Italian, I've been watching too many mafia shows right now, bro. There's a new documentary I seen on Netflix yesterday. It's called The Mob versus Philadelphia, fam. It's about the Philadelphia mob, bro. You guys gotta watch it.
I might have to tap in,
bro.
I might have to tap in.
I'm on the Queen of the South, all of that.
Yeah, I've been watching I've been rewatching Sopranos right now, and then all this NBA stuff, Yeah.
No, we gotta revisit the past.
I'll tell you.
Man. Sorry, I can go for hours, guys.
No, this is
good.
This is
You're good.
We're dope. This is dope.
Just 2 more questions. I guess next one is in reference to music. What, like musically, where do you get most of your inspiration from? In terms of the creative process or what you want to lay down? Is it based on your emotions, how you're feeling, or is it like a way that you kind of script it? Is there, as you said, there's a story we're telling? Like, how do you view the way you express yourself musically?
I think for me, really sitting down, it always starts with the beat, with the sound. I really have to love the sound. Like if I don't love the song, like before I even lay down anything, I can't even go forward. So like for me, I feel like there's multiple different ways to record, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to record all over, to see that process, to know what works for me, to know what doesn't. Like I honestly, I really admire like Afrobeat artists and rappers and people who can just freestyle, because I'm terrible at freestyling.
You write?
Yeah, I'm a writer. So it's like for me, like I can go and try and freestyle, but it's not going to be what I want to say, because I'll keep repeating the same things, because I need to sit there and like I write a lot, right?
You have to think about what you're going to say.
But I've been in studio spaces. I was in New York. It was like maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. Like they record. We were there from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Like they don't stop.
They're
and they're
working.
Like, just say whatever. Like just say it. Like, don't be afraid. And I was like, oh, like I'm afraid. And like the 3 words that I said, they're like, yo, you're sick. I was like, that sweet spot of butter. I was like, oh, like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I could just be me. And like, I've had other, like, I remember I was in LA, we were recording with Nicki Minaj's producer, J Beats, and he's like, oh, I love like your little whisper. He's like, just go on whisper. I was like, that's really what it is. Like, you know, I was just talking to him the other day, like, yo, I want to come to LA. He's like, come. Like, I have those connections all over. That's like, tough. Even in Miami, it was like, the studio I was in, it was like Trey Songz recorded there, Chris Brown recorded there. In LA, it was like, I seen Travis Scott's like, the record thing on the wall, Rihanna, the billboard, all that stuff. So it was like, it's a real experience. And like, we need to be able to see that, to know that we can do that.
For sure, for sure.
Being out there, I was like, yo, like, it's not really about just having talent. It's knowing that you are supposed to be there, like we said earlier, and having that confidence. That's the best type of artist. They're
100%.
They're on the scale of like the brink of being delusional, but
right there, they're at the borderline.
You kind of have to.
You have to. You just have to have like super faith in yourself. You know? No matter what
it is,
and go at your pace.
Yeah,
like I was saying earlier, like for every, like if you look on my Spotify, I think I probably have like 5 songs and 1 EP. And like it's 1 per year. It's like 1 single per year.
Whatever works for you. You know?
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. And I think, I don't know. I'm torn in between the two because I create a lot, but I like to take times with things as well. Like let time kind of age it a little bit, like wine. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like between those two, what do you prefer? Like you say you prefer to take time with it, or do you ever catch yourself saying like, maybe I should pick up the pace, or maybe I should do more, you know?
I feel like for me, it was not really like if I need to do more or not. It was more like when I have the time. So like now it's like carving out a space and time. So like
balance.
And until I can get to that point of being able to just focus on music to do that, it's like just doing it when I can. And then also trying to like balance out okay, I haven't released something in a little bit, but okay, I'm doing a content interview, or I'm like other ways of like getting my face out there. So it's like all my other music that's still out there is like still being played or listened to. And like now, especially for like the sync licensing stuff, it can't really be released music. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. It's music that, for that type of stuff. It's just, I don't know, I got like sick in August and like my other person got sick. And like, that's the thing too, like life can just hold you back at any time.
Sure.
Like I've lost my voice last year in February, and then I almost lost it like end of August too. So it's like, you gotta
take care of that.
Take care of the ginger shot.
That's your money right there, man. That's your life here, man. That's your life.
And the club thing, like, man, me yelling in the club, me outside, like booking talent and doing all that other stuff. I'm like, yo, like my
it takes a toll. Yeah.
What that ringing after the club? You guys know those ones, man. Like I DJ, you know, you do your thing. You do your thing.
I remember I was on stage one time. And I was like, yo, I have to step back because the speaker is like, boom, boom. So like, we're not thinking about that stuff. Like 30 years from now, a lot of people have hearing problems.
And I don't even mean to diss. I don't mean to diss. Yo. So don't get mad at me. All that, no, not you. I'm just, it's a disclaimer. Yo, there's certain times you're playing at certain, I'm not going to name no names. You're playing at certain clubs, broski. I don't know if the engineer just doesn't care. The owner doesn't care, fam. I'm DJing. You guys see how there's a glass right there, a water bottle? Fam, it's moving, fam. Moving. I'm asking the other DJ, yo, fam, it's not normal, fam. What's the red line? Yo,
getting DJ, like bro, Dominican. It's like Dominican.
Bro, one time I'm DJing, my laptop's almost falling off the fucking laptop stand, bro.
Because music's that loud.
Fam, booming, fam. Booming.
That's funny.
Can we talk about that for a second? Do you know any new, restaurants?
You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't want to say nothing. That's why I don't want to say nothing.
And it's like, I honestly, I just heard Cold Tea is closed now again.
Yeah, they close.
There's a new Future. There's all these new places, and I'm just like, who's keeping up to code? You know,
bro,
like,
these
and
guys,
it comes with the vibe too. Like, I feel like it's different now. Like with culture, like the clubs aren't throwing parties anymore. It's the people throwing parties at those places. So they kind of have the control and stuff.
They just want people in there. They don't care about like, you know, who's even DJing. Who, like, you know, they just care about who's buying that bottle. You're buying that booth, you're not getting in. What? Oh, yo, you know, maybe someone just had like a rough week. They just want to go hold their meds. You're not buying a bottle? Just wait here. They don't. Yo, bro, it's crazy.
Section culture,
bro. It's crazy out here, bro.
I think that's the biggest change I've seen. Like working door to clubs and seeing like how the changes come, where it's like not people going to have a good time. It's literally it's flex culture right now.
Yeah, it's
You know,
culture.
it's bottle culture, like you said, and it's like
I don't
different.
even drink like that. I'd be
people.
like,
Do people even go out and dance? Like,
Nah,
when's the
fam.
last time you see people go out and
no,
dance,
everyone
bro?
just posts up on the wall.
Yeah, that's is gone, and that's what I feel like is missing right now.
We
The
need
vibes.
25 plus or 28 plus.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I'm
that
tired
too.
of partying with 19-year-olds.
I'm telling you, Gen Z is different, bro.
And they don't care. They do not. I was outside. What was it? I think it was Saturday. Skirt and top. I said, okay, it is not summer. Pack it up.
Yeah.
Nah, it was cold, you know.
But I get it. Nobody wants to give up summer in Toronto. So
I hear that too.
lit.
We hold on for dear
I
life.
can't lie. I've been holding on.
Hold on for dear life.
I've been holding on.
Halloween.
All when that first
We're
drop of
young.
snow, people still holding on.
The snow's
yeah.
coming just now. The snow's
No,
coming just
Snow
now.
has to be up to the knee.
coming
Like
now.
winter's
Pumped on
here.
Christmas.
No,
Nah, for
snow's
sure.
But there's always a little 1, 2 like we're
Yeah,
here,
those little like
here
you know,
knocking on the door.
yeah.
You know?
The ice. Remember the ice storm?
I don't want to talk about that.
Yo,
I don't want to talk about. I was stuck in that one.
Fam.
That was treacherous.
That was chill.
we don't get those no more. The kids don't have to worry about snow up to here.
The
Like,
snow pants. You don't see snow
Yo.
pants as we.
I lie, yo.
No?
Yo.
I love my snow pants. That was fun. Now everything's
Yo.
online now. Like they have their
So-
Google
Yeah,
Meet.
When
yeah,
you're a kid, yo, the snow doesn't bother you. You know, you're amped. Like,
yeah.
big snow, man.
No, I was
Let's
happy
play
to watch-
football. You know, like you can play tackle football at recess now. You know, you're not gonna get hurt. You know,
They're built
those
different those times.
fam.
You know?
Now, I don't even see kids outside.
They don't
fam.
play
I don't see kids outside.
video
now.
game.
Yeah.
We're lucky. We come from that era, you know.
Yeah,
No,
for sure.
for
You have to
sure.
go outside, go ride our bikes, you know, go link up with our friends, play ball. These kids are inside.
Fam,
Playing video games,
Summertime, it used to be
24/7.
like you're with your friends. If you're balling, you're hooping all summer. If you want to check your friend, you're going to their crib.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If you want to catch them, you may be able to catch them on the house phone, but don't let their dukes be on the phone. Now it's like, bro,
Everyone's
everyone just phone. No one
Yeah.
even wants to be outside. It's different.
Jeez.
But man, it's different, man. But
I want you to ask your questions.
yeah, that's what I'm going on.
The
So,
haymaker.
every guest I ask this question to. You're at what? Third guest? Technically second.
Yeah,
Third, second. All right. But
Call it third.
you're in music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So rank your order for me. You know, you're an artist. You know, you're doing your thing. You perform. First you plan, you know, song, right? Could be production.
Mm-hmm.
You perform and you record, right? So I want to know top 3 in an order between the recording and songwriting process, performing the song, and like picking a beat. Like what's like your favorite thing out of the 3 from top to last?
Damn, that's hard. I think recording is like my favorite thing
Recording is first.
because I feel like I don't do it a lot. Like I feel like it's more mixing in after that.
Okay.
But I think honestly, my favorite thing to do is like hear a beat and be able to like write or like think about it in that moment.
So that's number 1. You
Yeah.
gotta rank it.
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right.
Yeah, I think that would be first, like hearing the beat and like getting to like create in that moment.
Okay.
Then
First.
recording, performing. I hate
It's last?
performing.
Performance
Performing's
last?
last?
Yo,
Yeah.
see, every artist is different.
Everybody's
Yeah,
different.
What was
Yeah.
yours again? I always have to ask this guy. What was yours again?
I think performing was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, performing
I
is my
get so
top.
nervous for
And
Yeah?
then
You get stage fright?
second is recording, and then the last is the actual like creation process. But
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Okay, so
Yeah.
we have good synergy though. Because then we can help each other
Yeah.
on.
I don't remember. Was that what I said?
See what I'm
It
saying?
changes-
'Cause I was
it
about to
changes
say,
every time.
I feel like today and tomorrow it's gonna change for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I do. Okay, the thing that I don't like about performing is just because like it's if it's a different like sound space or like you never know like it's a different.
That's
There's a lot of
like,
variables.
oh my God,
Yeah.
Not lying, that's
That's
key. It's key.
you know, like you don't
Mhm.
have things and we didn't do sound check before or
Yeah.
something.
There's a lot of things outside of your control.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then because like and like usually you think before, right? So I'm like leading up to the day, like you know that like heart feeling you get, like
Mhm.
I'm about
to
to.
perform.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then,
yeah,
like for me, because I sing, it's like I could easily just sing with the song in the back, but you want to do like an acapella or like
Yeah.
just performance beat and like one note off, you're like, oh, you sound bad. So it's like
I
you know
hear
you have
that.
to like you can't.
Yeah.
I don't. People don't give Beyonce her flowers enough because I don't know how she does it. Like,
Yeah, she's been a performer
like, yeah,
from time.
I'm saying, like,
She's
it's
been
an
from
art.
a youth.
Like
Performance art stuff.
you know,
Yeah.
I see why Summer Walker's just I have to be still and Like, you know,
Yeah.
because, you know, you have to be in your space. And even with recording, that's why it's so important to have a comfortable space because it changes the way that you record. So like even not where I'm performing, like the studio I'm going to makes a difference.
True.
Right?
I think that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is there's so many different ways that you could look at it and the way that you could create and get to that endpoint, you know, whatever the endpoint is for you. You know, so I think like having those differences, having those nuances, having like those variables, so to speak, you know, I think that's the beauty of the art, and that adds to it, adds its sauce to it, you know.
I was recording in Jamaica too, actually.
Jeez, forgot to mention
I
that.
forgot to mention that, yeah. Working on some like dance hall kind of fusion
Yes, you did tell me. You did tell me. I heard some of this fire.
Yeah, I go to dance hall and on an R&B beat. So.
I gotta hear that after.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
actually the next one coming out for November.
Dope. Yeah, man. So before we leave, you know, just tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah,
you know?
yep. MEESCH__ Miche on IG and X.
Okay.
Big Miche, not the little one.
Big Miche, not the little one. Toronto's finest in the building.
Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate you for being here.
Collab.
Yes, for sure.
Come on, we out here.
It's family thing.
Come on,
outside.
Connected, yo.
Peace.
Yes, love.